Hi, chat. It is early in the morning, but guess what? No 1,000-person queues. So here we go. Oh, first let me post this on socials. Before I forget. Before I forget, man. Typing in all caps. It's early in the morning. But we are on the moon. On the moon without a line to wait in. Hashtag FF14. Hashtag Endwalker. Hashtag support small streamers. Hashtag YouTube. No, just YouTube. Go down here. Boop, paste, post. This. There we go. Okay, now we're all ready. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this person. Hello, my children. Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries that required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuffs production. Cooking Way, pleased to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but many cycles of painstaking labor. I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I keep punching the microphone and I'm sorry. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for the healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. Why, I practically warned the words from these invaluable pages. Naturally, we also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, just because we woke up and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full of to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you liked. Anything you like, not liked. Hello? There we go. Up. Holy shit, these are big steps. Blasting way? Oh, that can only be... That's a black carrot. And a blue carrot. Rainbow colored assortment of carrots. Crimson. Soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson creation belie its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as the nature of this carrot. Sure. Eat the red carrot. On second thought, you would like to take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat it first. Did you find anything from a selection mouthwatering? This thing. One of my personal favorites. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. Carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion. Iron carrot? Which does what? Oh, nothing. What do you think? Unlike anything you tasted, yes? The iron carrot can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes it a perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to include blood flow, dream carrots to help you sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. Sure. Why do you seem so disappointed? If they're lacking somehow, we need to know. I take you to a wide assortment of carrots to choose from, not else? If I may ask, what exactly did the collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetheris? Surely you are aware we have abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it's only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, it would have been a loss where to begin. So we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it'd be more efficient to devote all our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. Well, that's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? In steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency. What's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? Rather strange approach to take from one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue. You know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary, that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjunctions, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks, and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrived, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a way, one prey consumed sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. They're confused. It's adorable. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Clothing production. Ooh, I wonder if we're getting a new outfit. Style the hero. Oh, the battle music sounds like OG Final Fantasy music. Oh, that does not open. Here we are, the apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods of this task, creation magics. Eidolon, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra vis we needed. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has also been taken into account with our design. But why take my word for it? Simply try on our clothes. Make yourselves known to the workers and they will see to the rest. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Aetheris. Aetheris, yeah, sure. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Alright, you're here to try a set of clothes, aren't you? Well, would you have me fashion you for today? Embodies bloodlust, something simply unfunctional, a fashionable and refined ensemble. Let's just do something simply unfunctional and see what they do. Simple and functional, right. This will only take a moment. Oh god, I regret everything. I regret it all. All finished. Perfect fit if I do say so myself. Nothing too billowy or frilly as you can see, also light and durable, sure to serve you wherever your travels might take you. Would you look at that? Speechless, and there I thought you may not like it. If you have a mind to try something else, why not speak to my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Please get me out of this. Nope, nope, nope. It looks like he was going somewhere with the mask. Ah, no one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? You wish to try my clothes? Of course, it would be an honor. Did you have anything in mind? You have something with a little more flair? Just a little more flair. Think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. Some of my best work yet. Time and taste truly have changed. It used to be so rare that anyone requested clothing with a focus on form over function. Thankfully, I had a spare concept for robes made using different fabrics. I think it'll look rather fetching. See, I think they had something going with the mask, and then they kind of just fucked up. I was so worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Once you go show Livingway, I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. Please, dear God, help me. Don't we look splendid? The result of trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. You needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and we loprits in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Oh no. I'm so scared. Oh no. See that he has the mask too, but oh no. Oh, so does she. Maybe it's just a thing. They insist we sample all the concepts ere we continue. Oh my god, what are those gloves? 'Tis an ensemble most becoming. I think it's past time we return these clothes. I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that in his time everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetheris, they would most certainly have need of your attire. 'Tis clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now best suit my taste, even it is of inferior make. There are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery? Sure. Thinking it was for your benefit, then you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree. People who prefer to keep others at arm's length even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Nope. Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love for Etheris, and the salvation of the people on that star and that star alone, but has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote oneself to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I suppose you're right. Living away, might we have leave to explore Bestway Barrow unattended? You have given us much to think about. Certainly. But till later then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? What are you doing? Come here, you little shit. My apologies, I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come from Etheris, and I wanted to see what the fuss was all about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Etheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait. You still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and my name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. Maybe I should have said I want to be dressed in something that will boil the blood of my enemies or whatever. I kind of wanted to start at a baseline and see where they went with it. I keep yawning. You're here. You're really here. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Hero, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Hero, we'll be using the teleporter to get to the residential area. Whenever you're ready.
Ready in the teleporter. Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Where did he send me?
private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Or quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
I listened to that whole thing from quite a far ways away, but I am also a bunny. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. A shame we couldn't see it though. We really would have liked it. Or you really would have liked it. Ooh, I got pants. All's veil that ends veil. Growingway is keen to put his recent mishap behind him. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Blech. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Aetheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You already had a look at the Caratorium, yeah. But wait until you see what's waiting for you on the east end of the borough. Follow me. Chess piece either. Chess piece, headpiece. I'll name my card. There we go. Character. Boom. Oh, sweet hell. Nah. Fuck. Why is that so... Hang on. Can I die then? There, that doesn't look so terrible. Like the fingers of the gloves are like a reddish. He went down, didn't he? Good, you're here. Through this door is the greatest Enzvale? It's named as such because it's the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Aetheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start off with a nice stroll of the fountain this way? I don't know about forests and all forests, but... I wonder if they put these green tiles down to look like grass. So what do you think of the forest? It's positively pleasant. Simply sublime? Couldn't see forest or trees. Quit pulling my tail. You're in the forest right now. Building this place was a challenge, so let me tell you, since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person, let alone a forest. The information set by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after such deliberation, we decided to use crystalline structures in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you'll find in the forest of Aetheris. The fountain here behind us, powered by a rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it into a spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoyed nothing more than a nice long stretch. It's just slash stretch, isn't it? Slash stretch. Boop. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight more than worth the many years spent building this place. It's not too much to ask. It's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through the forest with someone from Aetheris. Could we maybe? Sure. I was thinking, Hero, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and that was absolutely nothing to there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hydaelyn gave us our first task: furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hydaelyn shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, I'd say you don't have it done by 6,000 years, and what are you doing? Let's walk over here and get this little tidbit of info. Taste the rainbow crystal. What? No, I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals in Aetheris, but we don't eat them, and certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Hydaelyn's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Aetheris. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example, but simply the etheric conditions are ill-suited for growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was the brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetheris, the Allagan's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. We can't tell you how relieved we were when when Hydaelyn informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was a joyous humming that day. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with a device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a sentimental role to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation to it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees having ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest is truly the greatest. There is something else I wanted to tell you about, oh right. The propulsion system and the habitat facilities were completed after 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetheris. Why not go and visit Aetheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the result could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Hydaelyn. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Aetheris we could trust, or we could help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. I don't know about that. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited. Hopefully Hydaelyn would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak with them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and means of travel here to the moon. They certainly did not waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like Greatest Denvale, I knew it. Thank you again for coming here. By the way, I know it's just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. Here you are. Take you've already received the grand tour. Shame you missed it. Growing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Is it about the teleporter to the residential area? No, we have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you all are more than welcome to continue looking around the burrow. Come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, we seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They've spent 12,000 years preparing for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their relentlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. I wonder if it's Charlian. I bet it's Charlian. Excuse me. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for my attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nope. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you'll excuse me. It is clear now that the difficult decision lies ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections. I trust I am not alone in this retience? Sure. Back to old tricks. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean? I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Yashol and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Moping way. I'm hungry, chat. Appears to be heading toward the entrance to the Bestwick Burrows. No, don't skip the cutscene. Even though it's already over. Sorry, I looked away. Where are you going, pal? Ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. Must tread it carefully, else you might sense your presence. Ooh, we gonna do another follow? Another follow mission? Follow Urianger from a safe distance. Should you fail, just run back. He can't see my ears. You see nothing. You fucker, why are you running?
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy, and duplicity. When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity? I am not alone in my discomfort, then? 'Tis surprising, though perhaps not. We Scions are wont to debate strategy at length, but are resolute and unwavering in execution. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed.
What are they saying? Curse these ears and that bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there are no guarantees of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with preferred hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity. And so I ask, wouldst thou join me in mine endeavor? Yeah, sure, pal. Man, he's right. When's the last time Urianger and us, like, sat down and talked? Like, we've both been through some shit, and we have not sat down and talked. This is a therapy session. This is great. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be a long way from Bestway's Burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetheris. To make our resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. The fuck is that? Oh, we're going to that? What is that, Oriange? Besides gross. Ah, an abundance of sponjoy. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by Nu Mo, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee a stand whilst I perform the incantation? Is there a specific spot? Ah, yeah. I think I'm technically helping this other guy. Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Oriange is faring. Seems fixated in his work. There, 'tis done. A magicked ink. Every ounce is... Oh, as... Efficacious? Sure. As that crafted by No Mo. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but it is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is, admittedly, possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loporrits will appreciate. Hero, Oriange! Oh, thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten or perhaps fallen into a crater. Y'shtola has been looking all over for you, Hero. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She's also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Hero alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Oriange. Worry not, it just so happens that we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway Burrows. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loporrits, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. Yeah, like, that's what I would want to say. Like, how about we both go? No, that won't be necessary. Oriange's help should more than suffice. and I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now, off with you. Worry not, hero. I shan't be long. Hang on, guys, I'll be right back. Damn it, the game kicked me. Sorry, my wife was getting ready to leave for work, so had to take the dogs out and bid the wife goodbye. Why does it say I have two messages? We are currently in a queue of 368. No big deal. Go ahead and put it back on scene. It'll be okay. 293. This is fine. Could have been way worse. I think when I logged in, as soon as I got home, it was like a queue of like 36. So this is definitely not the worst it could ever have been. So this is good. This is good. What is this? This is the craziest little case. The Cooler Master NR 200p Mini ITX case. This is the smallest thing I've ever seen. It's like $100 case. Super cheap, but it is super tiny. Interesting. $218. What's this? December 7th, 4 a.m. 4:30 PST. So that's, I think that's already been done. In order to accompany fixes and errors due to world login, we'll be performing emergency maintenance on the login server. During maintenance, users will not be able to log in. We apologize. Oh, didn't Yoshi come out and say that they got emergency servers going? Is that a thing they did? 218. We're slowly going through the line. Yeah, I had to say goodbye to the wife and take the dog out, the dogs. So it booted me out. Like I walked in the room, came in, walked toward the chair, and it kicked me, and I was like, "Come on, man! Come on, man! Don't do me like that!" Don't do me like that, daddy. It hurts that stall skips cutscenes. Come on already. Hey, 73 in queue. Come on, man. I'm dying here. I am dying. Oh my god. We're stuck in 73. No. Oh my god. No. We're just stuck at 73. Please let me in. Please let me in. Aha, we have arrived. Yes, I'm fully aware that I have mail, okay? I'm kind of stuck on the moon. Now we have to go talk to Y'shtola and for her to be like, I didn't need you. And then all of us to start panicking what the fuck they're doing with the Riange. Probably dissecting him. Oh, Hero, we thought you'd be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. Crazy. But as you are here, I could use your assistance in one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he is likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important. We try using these balls of moose flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Ahem. Running Way's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd, and when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Oh no. Crude, but if it proves effective, he is here in the Great Endsvale when last I saw him, so let's split up and find him. Hey, wait, no, but... Oh, crap. Oh, let's go get him. Are you up here? No? Are you down here? No? His incessant chatter. I don't think that's him. Did I get the right one? Running away. Hey, do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the great voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart us with some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loprid around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they'd better hope I don't get my paws on them. I believe we are being had. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. Yeah, I believe we are having our chain pulled. And I'm a little angry. I want to know what they're doing with Urianger. Couldn't find hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? I hate the puns. Damn it. So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yeah, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Livingway. Between Growingway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. What? Now hold on a moment. It's all come back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Yeah, I don't think so. Nope. Yep. Please tell me Y'shtola's picking up on this. Growingway's visiting with nervous energy. Part of the matter. Oh, what to do? I promised Livingway I'd help, but... yeah. No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza eastern wing. Follow me! I suspect the Loprids are up to something, but if there is ought to be learned on the final days, I think we should play along. For now, at least. No, fuck that shit. Excuse me. I got no feet. No feet and hands. They gonna catch these hands, know what I mean? Oops. Alright, let's character. Let's do... can I do this in the red? Oh, the boots are that color too? For crying out loud. You know what? There, now everything frickin' matches. Criminy shite sake. Just wasted rust red because of my own stupidity. Wait, where's the teleporter? Should be this. Wait, does that say fighting way? Yeah. When I started working on this, I was originally going to record and stream this, and then do like edited recordings that would just skip through a lot of my traveling and such, but my computer doesn't like me recording and streaming at the same time. So I chose to do one or the other, and since streaming is less of a pain in the ass, and I don't have to really edit it, I'm streaming it. I guess we'll have to go and find whoever has a key. Yep. Growing way, enough. If you have naught else to tell us about the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting our time here, as you well know. Do you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was in perfect paradise for the people of Aetheris, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we'd have to offer, but you found nothing but flaws in our work. Oh, flaws and faults. In our work, only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's Living Way's game. Run us about in circles, and failing that, lock us away so you can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Oriange. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Aetheris and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no rooms for ifs and maybes now. The people of Aetheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. Really? If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos awaits outside. I hate this color I'm wearing. Okay. Sorry, guys. Ether current. Easily distracted I am as an adventurer. Oh, I can't drive on that? Fuck, I hate this part. I'm terrified of heights. Forgot. It's like a little ramp deal. Good, you're here. We must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Ariange. Argos wasn't there whenever we came out earlier. Oh, that felt good. Holy crow.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Atheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. It is clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Atheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Atheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly. To serve and serve well. That goes for all of us. Don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong, wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer, the anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye. Thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind. If being the operative term.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Atheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charlayan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
I called that shit. Charlane's working with the bunnies on the moon. Called it. 'Twas a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what needs to be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, and all our fellow scions. When next I return to Atheris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. Poggers. Their excursion on the moon concluded, Y'shtola is keen to return to Atheris. If the Loporrit's in Uriange's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. True that. It's just this little crater over here, isn't it? Those are not rocks. Those are bad guys. Into the nether gate. We've made it back. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd like very much to know how everyone is getting on here as well. They'd only just begun to treat the tempered prisoners when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of the state of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin and manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first. Can't broken glass. I can just teleport there, can't I? Oh yeah. Oh, hello, I have returned. Is that a fucking miner? Bro. Okay. Oh, there it is. So we do get it for something. Just don't know what. Oh hey, by the way, we went to the moon and talked with some bunny people and they know all about the end of the world. By the way. It's good to see you all again. No worse from your lunar adventure, I hope. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what became of the Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the temperate inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who are already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here. And so we have petitioned the aid of allied nations. Some are, understandably, hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were under recent subject of imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? No, not all, no. We have sufficient shelters to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Eulis is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it is a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alphino and Alice's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decision regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For our mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavnair. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the beast tribes have received instruction in the magics needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled the Mother Porksy afforded her so many visitors. Oh, I bet she's pissed. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts, as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of temperate have been completed. Nice, nice. Lucia and I will remain along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here, so what of the moon and the Telophoroi? Oh boy, here we go. So Bunny's on the moon, right? The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We'll also release your fellow Scions from their present duties that they may return to Sharlayan. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow Scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryl, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tataru's care. Yeah. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiark, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Garlemald. I have a mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believed there is merit in doing so. Yeah, they wouldn't live to tell the tale. No. Just leave Xenos alone and I'll take care of him later. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would send them to their deaths. Yep. Pray forget I entertain the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and its continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared Xenos Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Fandaniel is no more, and now his people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will not keep you any longer. I pray safe passage back to Sharlayan. Oof. That's a big oof. Xenos excommunicated from his entire nation. Well, not excommunicated. I feel like that's the wrong word. Exiled from his nation, I guess. Let's jump to the house real quick. Gotta pick up mail. Actually, what am I doing? I can glamour plate in Sharlayan. I can glamour plate in Sharlayan and pick up mail in Sharlayan. I made it back. Even for all its shortcomings, this place is gorgeous. It's currently snowing. Sorry, I'm singing really off-key. Where's a male Moogle? Not in there. Is there not a frickin' male Moogle here? Oh, he's all the way down there. What is this? Scholar's Harbor? And come back. Scholar's Harbor. we have here? Ta-da! Death Scythe, the Aryan, and Porum. Ta-da! Now I can summon the Aryan. Mount. Why did I remove those? Because the Gwyber of Light's the only one that I actually like besides the fucking mecha one. Oh, right here. Legend speaks of a majestic and unwaveringly loyal horse who would never fail to deliver its master from peril. Such myths were founded, in fact, as the divine steed has descended from the heavens to seek one possessed of a true and virtuous heart, with whom it may right the wrongs of the world. Add to favorites. Where's my Shadowbringer? Yeah, there's my Shadowbringers guy too. Add to favorites. Because he's really cool too. Like Grani. My faithful Chocobo Valafor. Nice. Oh, that's an annex. No, don't DMCA me. Welcome back. We were worried. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologize. Heidelin called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint, but desperate, and I knew that once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted from ether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was in that moment I understood Raha's wariness from the Tower of Zot. Would that I could laugh at the time like this, though. We prevented Zodiark from being unleashed upon the world. I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Hey, bunny boys, and... perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Holy crow, dude. Alright. Go back to my normal attire. There we go. And I had to get away from whoever's frickin'... I'm pretty sure that's either Pokemon... I think that's Pokemon. I could be wrong. It's either Pokemon or Legend of Zelda. Look. I just don't remember. Sorry to have kept y'all waiting. Not at all. We understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? No. Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Hero can explain why better than I. Bunny people on the moon. I killed Fandaniel killed Zodiark. The final days, as befell Amaran. We are to escape via the moon? And what of the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amaran, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiark, sacrificing half of the star's population in the doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amarantines could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Lamentorum. There is still much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amarantines' creation magics, but we command no such power. Which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past. There's surely more they can tell us. Oh, hi, Tataru. Forgive the interruption, but I have urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out. Yep, let's go pay a visit. Here's my prediction. Because I don't know. After we killed Zodiark, we heard a female laughed. I think the Cloud of Darkness is our final enemy. I don't know. We'll find out. That's just my prediction. We'll see.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. 270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions, and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave. Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done, that we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Cold motherfucker.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
Oh boy. Well, they let the cat out of the bag. Crowd tells me the Forum made a rather momentous announcement, so there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Val. The realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I ask myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here and we'll get through this together. And who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying as much. But enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Visitors come knocking on your door. Alice? Called that.
Craving a midnight snack, were you? I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this wasn't an appropriate occasion. I couldn't sleep. Had a few things on my mind. I know it's late, so I'll try not to talk your ear off. It's Xenos. I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least. And one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should. It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right, that's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum. When I looked father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, it wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
Alice is definitely kind of like the Robin to your Batman. Short while earlier in the Allegamegan Quarter. Xenos, maybe. A red mage.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsabar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
No, not Xenos. Euless? What the fuck? Meanwhile, in Ishgard. Ah, trouble's a brewing. Trouble is a brewing. Hey! Hey!
Another day, Another commission of paramount importance.
Our Dark Knight teacher is over there in the background.
Oh, what have we here?
Uh-oh.
Hey, are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. Yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
It has begun. Wait, what? It's locked. I have to be 85? It's because I didn't level. Shit. Okay, please hold. This'll level me quick. And they need tanks. Look at that. Tank, 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 healer, tank. I'm gonna take a picture of that if I can real quick. My tank privileges are reinstated. I mean, they introduced a DPS and a healer class. What were you gonna expect? Oh, excuse me. Oh, come on. There we go. I want it to be that Zodiac fight again. Probably won't be. Come on. I just wanted this to be a quick thing. Seriously? Bruh. It's a trial. Let's just jump in and get it done. There we go. Thank you. Fuck. Full party. Yay! Why is my LB weird?
This battle shall be our last.
Okay.
Darkness must be destroyed!
Oh no, I think my puppy is dreaming. Ow. Oh no, it's not gonna show me the cutscene. Think again, motherfucker. Wait.
This battle shall be our last.
Didn't press buttons.
Be gone! Sword of Shadow! Darkness must be destroyed!
Oh, I stopped moving because I'm an idiot. I am rubber banding. There we go. Maybe I will get the cutscene. Yeah.
You! It cannot be! To me, warriors of light! I am salvation given form. Mankind's first hero and his final hope. For victory, I render up my all. Your demise will be ours.
Ow.
You still stand. Be gone, Lord of Shadow.
Oh, we're gonna die. We did not die. Good limit.
My soul knows no surrender. Hope, grant me strength.
This will be whenever I agree. Corners, 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 corners.
Gleaming steel, light my path.
2 scholars, 3 reapers. I just saw this. Just actually looked at our party composition. Don't get close. Oh god. So used to the EX version of this, I don't know what the hell to do on the normal.
Be gone! Sword of Shadow! No, not yet! Darkness must be destroyed!
So we're gonna see the... Yo! Reaper LB3. That was really cool. There, I'm 85. Common healer, I guess. Why does it say that I have mail? That's it. Weird. Okay. Skies aflame. I was just about to call for you. I'm afraid we received another call for assistance. This one comes from Radzad Han. The others have assembled in the main hall to discuss the situation. You must join them at once. Do 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 do. Oh, hi. There you are. What's the situation? Our worst fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from our contact in Radzad Han. Vile beasts have appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. Good gods, are the final days already upon us? It would appear so. Sadly, that is all the information we have at present. No doubt the people at Radzad Han are busy fighting for their lives. Then we must go at once. They need our help. Agreed. Kryl, you'd best remain here with Tataru and gather what knowledge you can. You are in no condition for a long journey, I imagine. Very well. Similar phenomenon may have been observed elsewhere, and if so, we must know about it at once. Be safe out there, yes? Let us make for Yedlamad. Ooh, Yedlamad. We must prepare ourselves for what lie ahead. Or what may lie ahead. Time to go to work. Wait. Do that every time. Yedlamad.
And lo, vile beasts did rise. Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. Sun scorches earth and boils seas. And our sins ascend unto the heavens. Three dooms to unmake all we were.
Burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the Isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radzat-Han themselves transformed into these baleful fiends. Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The Large One's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra?
Vritra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet he knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Yedlamad. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt.
I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
Let's do this shit. Eldritch abominations be damned. Pick up this quest real quick, might as well. I'm gonna probably need to do dailies to increase level. That was the first time I had encountered a lock because of my level. Everyone is assembled, yes? I thank you for lending us your aid in battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you board this boat and circle around to the north side of the island. There you will find a dense jungle we call Vanaspati. It is a sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Vritra and the Radiant Host will have gone ahead of us. I ask that you join them and do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. This is a dungeon? Oh, this is a dungeon. Yo, let's go. Okay, but in actuality, it is actually almost 12:30, so what I'm going to do is this is where I'm going to pick up later. So, thanks for everybody who came to the stream or will be watching this later on. If you have not liked, or if you have not subbed to the channel, please do so. Like the stream, leave comments, questions, concerns. We'll be back with more MSQ probably later on tonight. So yeah, hope to see you there. I'll be posting on socials. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, or not on Instagram, but well, follow me on Instagram, but also follow me on Twitter, where I usually leave my updates for my streams and stuff. That'll tell you, I usually leave like whenever I'm gonna stream, or if I'm not gonna stream, that's where I'll put it. Also be sure to ring the bell on the channel, that way you know if I post something, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.